Meet Hare. He is keen and wants to do everything quickly. Hare believes that winning the race is everything. He can't see how he can be beaten. He will try to get things built and implemented as quickly as possible to make sure that he delivers his project first. He can't see the point of doing detailed plans and documentation. Hare is a winner. Meet Tortoise. He considers that process is everything. He believes that if he follows all the steps by the book, creating controls, reviewing risks, and looking at all the project management approaches, he will win the race. Tortoise is a real process guru. Meet Owl. He understands methodologies. He will use them, but he wants to deliver the project using the parts that will add value to the business and help him deliver to time, cost and quality. Owl is a pragmatist. Meet Aardvark. As a character, he is always keen to please, especially keen to please and impress those important people. Aardvark wants to make sure that he gets the main projects to increase his profile within the company. Aardvark is ambitious. Let the race begin. Hare, off to a quick start. With a loose plan, many of his control documents are missing, but racing ahead. Can't wait to get the product built. Feels that the project is green and is definitely going to win. Tortoise is a bit late starting, but he has selected and completed all possible controls to the project and has a plan, business case and budget agreed. He has taken care to identify all the risks and issues, even those with low probability and impact. His documents are a work of art. Owl has made sure he has sign-off from management and his customers to his plan and appropriate controls. His plan is fit for purpose and he has identified all the key risks. Aardvark has some core controls completed and a very colourful graphic plan in place. Already looking for some things to add to the scope to please his customer. Hare is in front and rushing into design without full understanding of the requirements. Risks ignored and a weak plan. Not really updating his plan or controls, but he reports the project as green. Tortoise has a core design in place and a plan to build it. He has checked the textbooks for additional controls to add to his project. He is dropping behind a bit, but he is confident that he will be thanked for his thorough approach. Owl has core controls in place, regularly engages with his stakeholders and focuses on the things that will help the project succeed. Aardvark has found some new things to add that he thinks his customer would like, but does not really need. He's chasing senior management to tell them how brilliant his design is. He may have left some stuff out, but he doesn't see that as important. Now onto the build stage, and Hare is beginning to hit some issues from the risks he has not managed. He's trying to ignore these and press on as he believes it will all come good in the end. Some progress and then rework needed, but he leaves that rework for later. Tortoise has 5 different control methods and is looking to apply some more. But he is overspent at this stage and he believes that his product is superior and is worth the extra effort. Owl has effectively managed his risks and issues. He is on target to time and budget. His product is solid and is now ready for testing. Aardvark has completed his controls to please his boss. He is beginning to highlight his success over others' projects to try and look good. Now, as we're heading towards testing, an issue has occurred. Hare races into the mud, but is going so fast that he gets through it without noticing any real problems. The project is red, but he reports it as amber. Tortoise ploughs on through the mud using the methods provided, but he gets stuck. He really is now falling behind, still believes that he will get there and eventually gets free from the mud, but at what cost? Owl actually had the mud on his risk register. He applies an alternative approach and he flies over the mud problem. Project is amber, but he has a plan in place to recover. Aardvark does not let the mud stick. He makes sure it lands on other projects, wastes no time in reporting the problems that other projects might have, and that his one is well under control and obviously green. Hare is out in front but racing to implement something that is not to the quality required. He decides to leave it and rush off to the next project after throwing the unfinished and largely untested product over the fence to the operations team. Tortoise is catching up, but only after evoking change control and de-scoping the project to be able to deliver something on time. He has re-baselined the plan, and the revised project is now green. Owl's project is now back on track. Owl works closely with the stakeholders and applies the levels of control that will improve the delivery process. Aardvark's still trying to please the bosses, telling everyone how wonderful his project is, and slipping in last-minute changes to please people. Project is still reported as green, but is really red now. Owl has completed and formally closed the project. He has not always been in front, but by being pragmatic and focused on the things that matter, he delivered to time, cost and quality as defined in the project's control documents. He will record the lessons learned and take them forward for future work. Tortoise completes the project second, not quite on time, but a solid job. Unfortunately, the customer only got part of the requirements and will probably need a phase 2 to complete the work. The project was formally closed. Aardvark finishing third, but telling everyone how it is Hare, Owl and Tortoise's fault that his project was delayed, especially the Hare. He had dependencies on the Hare's project and he ran off before it could be completed. Clearly, if it was not for others, his project would have been on time and to budget. So what happened to our project managers after the projects? Hare has moved on to another organisation. Hare is still in project management but continues to go from project to project. He is still rushing round working hard without much success. Senior managers soon begin to see him as the busy fool. Tortoise has proved that following rigidly and methodically through all the process controls does not necessarily mean success. What he has delivered was excellent, but he had to de-scope, leaving the customer unhappy and looking for compensation for a lack of functionality. The company stick with Tortoise, but he is unlikely to progress further. He will be mentored by Owl to help him understand how pragmatically to use project controls and deliver true value to the customer in the future. Owl is the only real success story in this race. Hare may have rushed past him to the finish line, but has proved that in project management this may not be the wise thing to do. Owl is seen as someone that gets the job done well and has caught the eye of the right people. He has been asked to mentor others and is destined for promotion. Well done, Owl. Aardvark has left project management now. He feels it's just too boring. He has managed to be offered a role as Wormtongue in the remake of Lord of the Rings. All the bigwigs in the film industry think he's a really nice guy. His project cannot be seen as a success.